All right, it's Bill here. Going to give you my thoughts on the 6-3 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Pittsburgh Penguins before the holidays. So before I get going, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a great holidays. You get a couple days of break from the Toronto Maple Leafs if that makes you happy. But anyways, Merry Christmas. Let's get into this game. I'm going to talk about the Mark Savard firing post this game. It was nice to see Nylander. He shows up once every 14 games. This appears to be one of the 14 games that he shows up a year. Fantastic. He played very, very well. The first line was McMahon played very well. Obviously, Domi had the big goal. Matthews was invisible, as usual. The second line was Nylander, Michelli, and some guy who's a piece of garbage called Janete, who only works hard when there's an empty net, and that's how he gets his points, right? Otherwise, he got schooled. The third line was atrocious tonight. Atrocious. Third line, Matthew Knies apparently is a line killer. Throw him on a line, and it kills the line. I thought Robertson was pretty decent, but Matthew Knies is getting on my last nerve. And then the fourth line, Scotty Rattinen team. Lorentz had a nice breakaway thanks to Erik Karlsson, but I didn't think that line was very good at all. And Joseph Woll played fantastic in the net. Go to the D pairings. We got Tanev back. Obviously, he struggled in his first game back, including putting a hell of a pass outside that Woll had to make a big save. Thought McCabe was awesome tonight. I have no idea why you sit Simon Benoit over Philip Myers. I got no idea. Of course, everyone said Philip Myers had a great game. He did not have a great game. I don't know what game you're watching. He didn't have a good game. He shoots the puck. That's all he does. He doesn't take anyone in front of the net, which was evident on one of the goals. And you've got, I thought Stetcher was good. I thought Ekman-Larsson was good. And Morgan Rielly was shite. There's your game. We go into the first period. That was the, what do they call it? Next-gen games. Usually they wear their bloody Bieber jerseys. I'm glad that they didn't do that, at least. But the first goal, William Nylander picks off a pass from Kevin Hayes. Thank you, Kevin Hayes. And we're going to talk about Erik Karlsson in just a second. But a lot of the Leafs goals were scored because the other teams passed it to us. He picks up the puck out of midair and goes in. Kevin Hayes is probably the only slower skater than Johnny T. And Nylander goes in, makes a nice move, makes it 1-0. And then shortly after that, what was it? 44 seconds. Heaven forbid we enjoy anything as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. Out of position, Chris Tanev in his first game back. He skates the wrong way. Crosby to Brian Rust. It's a breakaway. We're tied at 1. 2 breakaways, 1-1. And then we got a very, very lucky break. I don't know who Wotherspoon is. I'm telling you, Pittsburgh's got one of the worst defense I've seen in a long time. It's really brutal. It's tough to watch Sidney Crosby on a team that's that bad. Wotherspoon, I'm sure Skinner's really happy to be on the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. Michelli puts a pass, I guess it was supposed to be to Nylander, and Wotherspoon just cracks it into his own net to make it 2-1. I thought it was evenly played in that period. The second period, again, I thought the Leafs started out good, and then it was starting to go the wrong way until Erik Karlsson, man, I got to tell you, I know I get mad at Rielly, and there was times in this game, especially when that goal that got disallowed, really sitting there doing the sticky. It drives me Looney Tunes. There's no way that Morgan Rielly should be in the NHL. It's not. He sucks. He's brutal. He just has a name, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it. If you judge Morgan Rielly the way you judge Simon Benoit, then Rielly wouldn't be in the lineup. You're Morgan Rielly report. 0. I'll tell you the Karlsson report. That's a great one. 0, 0, 0, -1. 1 shot, 22 minutes and 36 ice time of no-hit hockey. Way to go. Karlsson report, 0, 0, 0, -4. But he threw a hit, it says. The same amount of ice time. Anyways, on this play, I have no idea what Karlsson is doing. Last man back, and he's doing the weirdest dumb plays at the blue line that you can imagine on his backhand. Lorentz picks his pocket, goes in, and imagine if this happened to the Leafs, how much I would be losing my head. Lorentz had 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots after the breakaway and scores to make it 3-1. Okay, comfortable, ready to go. And then you get hemmed in your own end. And Stetcher, just blocking the guy out front of the net, he hits the puck back to Rudder McGarati, and it's 3-2. Tell me, folks, how did you feel at 3-2? How did you feel? I know how I felt. I didn't feel comfortable. How did you feel? We've seen enough of this story, right? Getting sick and tired of watching, I got sick and tired of watching. And I got sick and tired of watching the third period start and the Pittsburgh Penguins come out and dominate the first 2 shifts. And a minute in, Anthony Mantha scores. Now, I want you to watch this because here is the thing that drives me absolutely livid. If Robertson makes a mistake, we talked about this a couple games ago. It's broadcast. If Domi makes a mistake, we're hearing about it. They did on Tanev. Tell me what Johnny Tay did on that third goal. Please watch the effing replay. Johnny T in front of our net gives it away. But he gets a pass. Why does he get a pass? He's been awful for for the last 15 games for sure. He's been awful. We have a lead, and he gives the puck away. And about 10 seconds later, Anthony Mantha buries it while he's trying to cover some guy, Brazel, in front of the net. Yeah, good luck with that. How does he get a pass? Why? Now, you people are probably watching the game, or if you didn't watch the game, you're going to go, yeah, Bill, you hate Johnny T. Yeah, you're right, I do. I'm not a big fan of Johnny T. Please watch the third goal. It'll explain everything you need to know why I dislike this man. Or you can watch the empty net goal where he works his tail off to get a bloody assist on an empty net goal. That man, when the net is empty, Johnny T can't stop skating. Try it when it's 5-on-5, you dick. Gotta calm down. I really watch the third goal. I was at a point where I nearly threw my controller through the TV. And then I thought it was just crap hockey for about 10 minutes. And then there was penalty. There was no penalties all game, and all of a sudden they called 4 penalties and there was the Bobby McMahon, Chris Letang. I thought McMahon had a good game. He did a little muck up at the end of the period. All of a sudden, you had 3 penalties called within 47 seconds. What? You haven't called a penalty all game? Did Carlson, Michelli, and Kindle all get penalties within 47 seconds of each other? Anyways, at the end of the last, it was in between the 2 penalties. Domi does an end-to-end rush, goes through the entire team. I don't know. I guess Kulak should call himself because he got buried. And Domi drives it home. It was a nice goal to make it 4-3. Then he made a nice play to Bobby McMahon for the empty net goal. And then, of course, you got everyone on there. Nylander from Tavares and Nyes. Again, Johnny T working his ass off with there's an empty net because he needs a point. What's his 5-on-5 points? I'd love to know. Shit. Got owned all game. But yeah, it drives me Looney Tunes when I see guys like that just all of a sudden turn on the effort when there's an empty net goal. It makes me sick to my stomach. The Bobby McMahon goal was nice. Domi off the boards. Yeah, I get that. But when you don't work, Bobby McMahon worked his ass off all game. He started crap. He was hitting people. He punched Letang in the face. Beautiful. Domi was fine all night. Matthews was invisible. So, okay, McMahon from Domi makes sense. And Nylander was really good tonight. Nylander stole pucks. He was all over the puck. He was skating really well. And, of course, Nylander, every time he scores a goal or he gets a point, he looks like he just ate a big piece of one of those sour gummies. He looks like you know what he looks like. Every time he scored a goal, he looked like a 5-year-old in a toy store whose parents told him he didn't get the toy today. What's this, the new thing now, Willie? You're gonna act all. You're gonna look all like you don't care, or you look like you're mad and you're sad to score points, and you just don't give a rat's ass. Is that the new look there, Willie? I don't care what your look is, bud. I don't really give a crap, Wilma. As long as you show up every game like that, then you can do whatever look you want. You can look like a 5-year-old. You can look like you played junior, or it's not juniors anymore. Stop crying, or you can look like, I don't care. You can wear suits into the arena that are sparkling green with pink ties. Just work your ass off. That's all we ask. We saw it tonight. You actually worked. You didn't work your ass off. You didn't throw a hit, but you worked hard. You actually skated tonight. Why don't you do that every game? I don't know. Anyways, the Leafs win to make it 6-3. Again, what a piss poor Pittsburgh defense. There's one thing Dubas can't do is put together a defense. Can't put together a defense. And I'd like to just highlight, I think McCabe. Oh, sorry, everyone. I cannot believe I was about to forget. Is Scotty to run apart? 0-0-0. Oh, +1. Nice. 12 minutes of ice time. It says he threw 2 hits. Scotty Lawton. Way to go, Scotty. I can give you Grabenkin's line last night if you want. It goes 1-1, not 0-0-0-0. Anyways, let me get into the Mark Savard firing. Like, this is like you got a big project, right? You got a big project you're working on, and like you got to do something about the project, and you decide, the thing I'm going to do is change the paint. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make my deck like from light brown to just a little darker brown. What a big change. Now, here's the thing about Mark Savard. I don't really care about Mark Savard. I don't care if they fire him, didn't have him, whatever. Power play stunk. But here's the thing that no one's talking about. The Leafs have the least amount of power play chances in the NHL. Would you like to know why? It's the same answer when you have the least amount of penalties taken, or penalties taken against you, and you've got the lowest power play percentage. There's 2 things that go into this. Effort. E for effort. If you don't go to the net, if you don't move your feet, if you give up on plays, if you don't muck it up, you ain't drawing any penalties. And the Leafs didn't draw any. And guess what you got to do on the power play? You got to put effort forth. You got to work hard. You can't give it to Johnny T, who shoots the puck like he's I've seen an 8-year-old Adam. That one shot he had on the power play. An 8-year-old Adam boy could have done something better with that. Like, how's it? Oh. I will give it. His play, giving it to Johnny T on the boards for a full year and a half was not working for me. So fire him, but you've done nothing. This is not a change. You beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're a bad team. 6-3, and we're supposed to all rejoice, and wow, you traded Mark Savard, and wow, that's the savior right now. And then you can't get your Treveling ding 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 ding, and Brube can't agree on who's going to be the power play coach or power play coach. Yeah, what? Oh, Mark Savard was again lowest amount of penalties taken against. It's because they have no effort. It doesn't matter what the system or the coach is. If you got no guys doing effort, you ain't going to be successful on a power play. You can't be successful in a power play unless you work hard. Now, it's a stupid system to give the puck to Johnny T in any symbol other than get it. Johnny, go to the front of the net, call it a day. Stay there. Pull a Dave Andrechuk. Put some roots in you, bury it, and that's it. Otherwise, you're useless. Putting him on the boards, putting him in like positions to hold the puck and make a play is stupid. So Savard was part of that. He's stupid too. But again, firing Savard, again, is like, why don't you fire the equipment manager while you're at it? I heard the travel secretary sucks too. There will be big changes coming. Do you think that that game's going to give us like the all warm and cozies? You got 3 days, and then you're going to get Ottawa and Detroit back to back. How do you think that's going to go? How Ottawa could beat us in the regular season. No, Ottawa always beats us in the regular season, never beats us in the playoffs, but they beat us in the regular season all the time. Do you think they're going to do really good against the Leafs on that Saturday in Toronto? Thoughts? Joseph Wall stands on his head. That's the only way we win. And then you can't play Wall back to back. So you're going to have Hilda be in against Detroit or vice versa. Mark Savard is a nothing. It's like this team. Nothing burger. Who cares? It doesn't satisfy anybody. I don't even think firing Berube satisfies. The Keith Pelly being knocked off the top, that'll work for me every time. Because that guy's a dick. Treveling, ding, 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 ding. Okay, maybe I get a little bit more. But who are you going to put in there? John Ferguson Jr. Can you arise him from the dead with the beaver or whatever is on top of his head, his hairpiece? If you want something really funny, take a look at John Ferguson Jr. Like recent pictures. You want a good laugh, man? That's a wig, bud. Like that's a brutal one. I think he's in Arizona or something, or not Arizona, Utah. Holy Jesus, John Ferguson Jr., what the hell have you got on your head? I think it needs water and some breathing apparatus. What needs to happen on this team is really needs to leave this team. Try to talk someone into. I know you screwed yourselves up by signing no trade movement clause, but somehow the Rangers get out of them. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'll talk to you on the 27th after an Ottawa game. Cheers.